What's up, everyone? It's me, Bobby G, back for the next installment of me making my continued progress through the medium section of Contraption Maker. And if you've been following thus far, you know that I felt a little deceived in the last episode by the cleaning up puzzle. But let's put that behind us and just move forward onto Party Box. It's Waldo's birthday, but he can't start until the party box is opened. Open up that party box. Well, happy birthday, Waldo. I'm happy to see you looking healthy. And as we always say, folks, the one moving part seems to be that flying saucer of sorts. But I'm not sure what that has to do with anything quite yet. First things first, we're going to need to power up this thing so that the food dispenser kind of gets going. So let's see, will this help us? I wonder if this will spur off the, what do you call this thing? A windmill? Pinwheel, that's what I was looking for. Let's see if this little UFO hits the pinwheel. No, not really. Maybe it needs to hit the bellow, which will hit the pinwheel. That's more likely. There we go. And let's see. Our poor mouse friend gets scared off by Waldo, who's of course attracted to the mouse, which I forget his name. The old classic Tom and Jerry scenario. Okay, well, the mouse is of course going to hit the lighter, which of course is then going to hit this pinwheel, and that's going to make the conveyor belt go. This will fall off, and the party box should be opened for our buddy Waldo. Let's see if that's the case. Yep, so far, and uh-oh, sorry mouse. Oh, good. You're saved. It seems like I was off just a bit in my positioning, so let's give it one more try. One more try here. Aha! Happy birthday, buddy. I'm still amazed that some of these puzzles are hard as heck, and others take about no less than 2 minutes. Alright, I love a good Halloween theme, so Tim is getting his Halloween decorations ready. Help him lower the pumpkin into his yard. There's the pumpkin, I'm sure in question, excuse me. And let's see what the moving part is. A balloon that flies up. Okay, so there's a couple things that the balloon could trigger. The bellow, or this little egg timer thing. Which do we want to have be the case? Well, this tennis ball is going to have to hit this thing eventually. I'm not sure if we've seen this before. A ratchet clinker? Alright. But how are we going to get that to work? I don't think this finger is going to... Oh, well, I was wrong. I didn't think that would activate the bellow, but it sure did. So, okay. Well, the next obvious thing is to hook up something like that. Let's see if, yeah. Very good. But what does that get us exactly? What does that get us exactly? Because I'm not sure at the moment. We certainly have a vacuum cleaner. What does this do again? Okay. Can't get something back if it goes into the vacuum cleaner. Alright, fair enough, I suppose, but I don't quite understand the point of that. I do not understand the point of that. Okay, let's think about this now. This part was easy. Somehow this bucket... I wonder if this will do anything interesting. Probably not. Okay. I don't know if that's interesting necessarily. Ladies and gentlemen, I am confused beyond belief at this moment in time. Will that help us at all? The fact that I was hoping the bucket would hit the teeter-totter, and it did, but we don't have any rope to hook onto the teeter-totter, so how is that even something of importance? How is that even something of importance? This egg timer has to be in the wrong place. It has to be, right? Because this teeter-totter should be able to do the same thing. And it does, okay. Now we're starting to think outside the box a little bit. Starting to think outside the box a little bit. A little bit. And I'm starting to get the impression that there's a whole lot of extra parts that we don't need. And I think I'm still unsure. Is there really a way to solve this puzzle with all of the parts? Or do they put extra parts in on purpose in an effort to confuse you? Okay. Well, I thought that this laser was going to be able to cut this rope, but that is not the case. So now what? So now what? So what? So what? Perhaps... what if this happens? Ah, now we're getting somewhere, folks. I kind of forgot what the purpose... See, this is strange. This somehow makes the balloon fall down. It reverses whatever gravity's going on, I guess. That's kind of weird. But then this laser is going to burst the balloon, and I think with three extra parts, excuse me, left over, we probably have this solved. Might take a little bit of adjustment. Nope. Oh my goodness gracious. Thanks, vacuum cleaner. Thanks, Jack in the Box, for being completely useless. Thanks, generator on the ground, for having nothing to do with anything. Oh, that is frustrating, ladies and gentlemen. I just spent 10 minutes trying to solve a puzzle that wasn't even there. That is frustrating. Alright, moving on. Cat disposal. Tim's robot cat has been malfunctioning. Get him into the box and return him to the manufacturing plant. Alright, guessing here is our cat in question. And let's see what we've got going on here. The one moving part, of course, is the cannonball. So, what does that mean for us? Well, first things first, this cannonball, of course, would have the ability to flip a teeter-totter, which, of course, would then have the ability to hook onto this pulley and blow the whistle, which will make this baseball fall down and hit a hamster wheel. And what will the hamster wheel do for us? Anything? Well, it will at least do this much. Ah. Another thing that confuses me sometimes is that these walls aren't necessarily respected. Because we need this cat food maker to turn on in order to... What is that? In order to get our cat walking in the direction that we want. Let's try this much and just see what happens. And it looks like we need at least one more rope, which I didn't even see at first, to knock this branch. So alright, hopefully this cat is going to go sailing into the sky, maybe land in this box. Really not sure quite yet. And then the box will probably, not sure, fall off, and let's just see what happens here. Okay, so the extra weight of the cat will probably... Well, geez. Yet again, compared to the last puzzle, that was quite easy. We actually used all the parts that was available, and things were quite straightforward. So, okay, let's keep going. Our buddy Tim is lost. Some jerk packed him in a box. Help him get back home. Some jerk indeed. I mean, what kind of world is this? Buddy Tim just gets put into a box, and he's gonna fall to his untimely death unless we do something to stop it. I'm assuming. How many belts do we got? We got 2 belts. Let's see if that does anything for us here. Well, of course not, because there's nothing quite yet to activate the pulley, or the hamster wheel, excuse me. I was thinking ahead to this pulley. I'm going to need to do something with it eventually, most likely to get the gun to fire. But okay, we have, I think this is a lighter, and we have, of course, the flashlight magnifying glass combo, which will presumably get this bucket out of the way. And we have... what else? I'm not sure how we're going to do this yet, but it's going to need to eventually happen. Something here is eventually going to have to happen. No, I don't think that's probably it. Gonna need to use this teeter-totter in some regard. Let's see here. Well, if we put the teeter-totter here, he's probably not gonna... Alright. Well, let's just see what happens here. Let's just see what happens. I'm not sure what the laser's supposed to do. Well, nothing happens. I guess that's one thing that'll happen. Nothing is always a possibility. There's not enough weight to kind of get this going. So, what's the situation here? Teeter-totter. Still not sure what the teeter-totter is going to do for us. We still have no way to hit this hamster wheel. Just going to reset, because what did we even figure out here? Nothing. Nothing quite yet have we figured out. I wonder if the weight of the balloon is enough to... But we only have 1 rope? Is that true? Huh. Well, we only have 1 rope. So the weight of this balloon is not really going to help us, I guess. Let's reset again. reset one more time, folks. I'm still a little unsure of what's going on. Still a little unsure. Because traditionally, something needs to fall on the flashlight in order for the magnifying glass to ignite whatever's there. But, so what? I don't necessarily see what's going to fall on the flashlight. I'm still unsure as to how we're even going to get this hamster wheel started, which is quite presumably the first thing that needs to happen. Quite presumably the first thing that needs to happen. Okay. Back to some basics. Obviously the rope's going to be needed to fire the gun. This balloon will not, excuse me, not alone be enough weight to pull the trigger, as far as I can tell. Is that still accurate to say? No. Ah, okay, okay. Alright, we're making some progress right away then. And I'm just assuming that if we just hook up one belt to this hamster wheel, it's going to be the wrong direction. So I'm assuming that we just need to do it like this. Ooh. Alright. Well, our buddy obviously got a little too much momentum. Maybe we have to switch up the gears. Okay. Well, yet again, extra pieces. But our buddy Tim made it home, and that's the important part. Well, alright, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm going to call it an episode right there. Thanks again for joining me, and we're keeping to continue our way through the medium puzzles. Keeping to continue. We're making our way through. My brain's a little rattled after some of these puzzles that are hard to solve, but we're getting there, folks. Thanks again. This has been Bobby G. We'll see you next time.